I am from How To Taxes, and I'm here to help you prepare your Form 1040 when you are married filing jointly. It also includes the child tax credit. The assumptions of this video are that you had W-2 income and you had a 14-year-old son. On the front page of the Form 1040, under the filing status, check the box that you're married filing jointly. Put your name, your spouse's name, your address, and both of your Social Security numbers on the form. Make sure to answer the question regarding digital assets. And under the dependents section, put your son's first and last name, his Social Security number, his relationship to you, and check the box that he qualifies for the child tax credit. On line 1A, put your wages. You can find this information in box 1 of your Form W-2. If you have more than one W-2, add them together and put the amount on this line. In our example, it is $64,900. Carry that down to line 1Z and down to line 9 and 11, as you have no other income or adjustments to income. On line 12, put the larger of your standard deduction or itemized deductions. In our example, it is the standard deduction. You can find the amount in the box to the left. It is $25,900 for married filing jointly. Put that amount on line 12 and carry it down to line 14. Subtract line 14 from line 11 to arrive at $39,000 for taxable income on line 15. Next, we will calculate your tax using the tax tables that begin on page 63 of the Form 1040 instructions. Since your taxable income is at least $39,000 but less than $39,050 and you are married filing jointly, your tax will be $4,272. Place that amount on line 16 and carry it down to line 18. On line 19, we will put your child tax credit. We will calculate that on Schedule 8812. At the top of Schedule 8812, put your name and the Social Security number of the taxpayer. On line 1, put the amount from line 11 of your Form 1040, which will be $64,900 in our example. Line 2D will be 0. Line 3 will be $64,900. On line 4, since you have one qualifying child under age 17, you'll put a 1. You'll times that by 2,000 on line 5 to arrive at 2,000. Since you have no other dependents, line 6 will be 0, and line 7 will be 0. So add lines 5 and 7 to arrive at $2,000 on line 8. Line 9 will be $400,000 as you're married filing jointly. Line 10, you subtract line 9 from 3, which will be 0. Thus, line 11 will be 0 as well, as you would multiply that by 5%. On line 12, you will subtract line 11 from line 8, which will be $2,000. On line 13, you're going to enter the amount from the Credit Limit Worksheet A. You can find this worksheet in the instructions for Schedule 8812. On line 1, put the amount from line 18 of your Form 1040, which in our example is $4,272. Line 2 will be 0 in our example, thus line 3 will be $4,272. Since none of the items apply to us for the Schedule B worksheet, line 4 will be 0. On line 5, subtract line 4 from line 3, and that will be $4,272. You will enter it here and on Schedule 8812, line 13. On line 14 of Schedule 8812, you will put the smaller of line 12 or 13, which will be $2,000. You will enter this amount on your Form 1040, line 19. Carry the amount down to line 21. On line 22, subtract line 21 from line 18 to arrive at $2,272. Since you don't have any other taxes, carry that down to line 24. On line 25A, enter the amount from your Form W-2, Box 2, which will be $2,500. Carry that down to line 25D and down to line 33, as withholding is your only tax payment. On line 34, subtract line 24 from line 33 to arrive at $228 for your overpayment. Carry that down to line 35A as you'd want it refunded to you. If you want it directly deposited into your bank account, Fill out your routing and account information on lines 35B and D and check the type of account that you have on line C. If you don't want it directly deposited into your bank account, cross off lines B and D and the IRS will send you a check directly. Note that there's a box to the left of line 35A. You would only check this box if you want your refund deposited into more than one bank account. So usually this would be left blank. Remember to sign, date, and put your occupation at the bottom of the form. Thank you for watching. I am from How To Taxes. Subscribe for future tax videos.